Hey guys, it's me again. I'm here to basically bring you a new video. This is going to be the first in a series of videos that is going to be covering Zenith Arena. Now, Zenith Arena, as you guys see, Season 18 is actually going to be ending tomorrow. I was going to wait until this season was going to end to then kick off a series of videos. However, we received an announcement a few hours ago from Gaia that there is going to be a new dweller going live tomorrow, General McGann. It's a UR dweller. Now, whether or not that dweller is good or bad, let's put that to the side. The reason why I'm bringing this video out to you ASAP is the fact that Season 19 is supposed to be starting either this Wednesday or the following Wednesday. We don't yet have a specific date, but because there is such a short interval between this season and the following season, I thought it best to start up immediately. So I apologize on the quality of this video, but I thought it best to just start to kind of share with you guys my thoughts on ZA right now. So as you guys know, 4 weeks ago, a huge patch came out for Fallout Shelter Online. And with that huge patch came a huge number of changes. Now, just to kind of jump ahead a little bit, I think ZA right now is at the best state it's ever been since I've played this game. And the reason is not only the incentives that they've introduced, but because the incentives are there, the players that are now playing Zenith Arena, there's a lot more than there were, for example, last season. And so it means that it's a lot more fun again. Anyway, before I continue along that route, let me just jump back now. So, talking about the incentives. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's now this kind of new area that didn't exist pre-patch. Originally, when you played while the season was active, if you beat an opponent, you were given 10 Nuka. Yay. Thankfully, that's gone. And in its place, while the season is active, each week, you just need to participate, not win, but participate in 5 battles. And at battle 1, 3, and 5, you are given a certain number of Clarion, as well as a Bond album. Now, what the heck are those things? Within the classroom, there is this new area called Team Manual. Now, I covered this in my previous GVA video, but I'm going to touch upon it lightly here in this video as well. Essentially, if you click on the shopping cart, by getting Clarions, you can then buy nameplates. And it's 25 Clarions in order to buy 10 SSR nameplates, and 10 Clarion in order to buy 20 SR nameplates. The main thing is that, so for example, here I'll just click on my good neighbor. As you can see here, depending upon the nameplates that you buy, you can start to increase the bond level of certain, let's call them gangs within your faction. So for example, Neighboring Girls is a faction, or I guess a gang you can say, that I'm trying to get within Good Neighbor. And the reason why is because of the attack and the crit damage. Because right now I'm trying to focus on my GVE and trying to increase my GVE numbers. So in order to essentially upgrade the bond level, I need Clarions or nameplates. And then finally, for the team skill, I'm trying to up my Good Neighbor team skill. And in order to do that, so for example, right now I'm at skill level 2 and I'm trying to get to skill level 3, I would then need 30 bond albums. Where I'm going with this is that, now if you look at ZA, your weekly reward, nothing has changed. And so, for example, depending upon your rank at the end of the week, you are given a certain number of cola as well as a few random attachments. But the new thing here is the sprint reward, and across the season, by ranking up, you are given access. At the beginning, it's a little bit of PWM, but here Gladiator 1, just by getting to 1500. Now 1500 is not that high. You get access to 500 Boston Clarion, and that's huge for trying to rank up your teams, the bond level of your teams. And then here for Conqueror 1, you get 10 bond albums, which enables you to go from rank level 1 to 2, 0 to 1. And then here you get 25 bond albums. Now, you can also get bond albums and clarions from 3v3 here in the store. But as you can see here, it requires 7,200 coin in order to get one bond album, and then 3,000 coin in order to get 300 clarion. But yeah, if you really want to level up the skill level of your different factions within your team manual, you have to play ZA, essentially, is what they're trying to say. Now that's been great because it means that now there are a lot of people that are playing ZA. So unfortunately, I was ranked 2 today at the beginning, and then I lost a lot. But yeah, as you can see, now if you only place 2,800, you're essentially rank 36. Whereas I believe towards the end of last season, if you got 2,800, you were around rank 8 or 9. And so the community now for ZA is a lot more active, and therefore it's not always the same, like 5 people playing. So that's been great. So yeah, the incentives that you get now really help you out. The other thing is that the pick and ban system has changed completely. So as you guys know, your roster for ZA is 15 dwellers. But up until recently, when you played ZA, regardless of your rank, you were essentially only really kind of touching 10 out of 15 players. The reason why I say that is because your opponent was banning 5 players and you were playing 5 players. And so what it meant was that even though you had 15 players, probably around maybe 11 or 12 of those 15 players were getting extensively used. But even within that, probably around 8, if not maybe 9, were getting really, really used. Now, depending upon the rank of you and your opponent, when you guys match up, whoever has the lowest level, that is going to dictate how many bans and picks you have to deal. So where I'm going with this is that, for example, if either of you are sub 2,100, nothing changes. However, if one of you are between 2,100 to 2,800, instead of 5 bans, it jumps up to 7. Furthermore, not only are you banning 2 in a row, you are only picking 1 dweller until your last 2 dwellers, at which point you pick 2. The reason why this is important is that before the huge extensive patch, before this most recent season of ZA, it was still quite easy for you to choose dwellers that had really good synergy together. So for example, I might start off by choosing Nate. And then afterwards, I would maybe choose like Nuka and Sarah. And so by choosing those 2 dwellers together, Nuka was going to do a ton of damage. Now, what happens is that you choose 1 dweller, you then get 2 banned, or you ban 2 of your opponent. And then when it's your turn again to pick, you're only allowed to choose 1 dweller. Now, this is huge because it means that your bans and picks are more meaningful, and depending upon your opponent, you're not going to be able to get as good synergies as you used to. And so what it means is you have to better evenly spread your equipment across your dwellers, and you really have to take a good look at your roster. Now, in today's video, I'm not going to cover that because that's a whole topic on its own. And so in the next video, I'm going to start to break down my roster and the different, I guess you could say, the strategic decisions I made around my roster and the pluses and minuses of my roster. And I'm going to do it by going through, starting with the tanks, then the healers, and then the attackers. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, or if you guys have any specifics for what else you'd like me to cover in my series of videos centering around Zenith Arena, please just mention it in the comment section or in Facebook in the forums, and I'll definitely be sure to try to include that when I cover that specific area of Zenith Arena. But for now, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you guys in Season 19.